GSL. Welcome to GSL Antigua Shipyard.
All right, in the bottom right, he went for that nuke play. It looked smart, but he didn't quite pull it off. How will he play endgame this time? We will see. His ID is
Flares MMA.
And in the upper left side of the map, he's here to get his revenge. Always losing to MMA. Can he do it? The Game Genie Terran. It almost seems like he's cheating when he plays. He is
AGIM MVP.
All right, and it looks like MVP is going to go for gas first, as is MMA.
All right. So, just to underline how long that game was, as soon as the map intro started, Mr. Che got up and ran to the bathroom. Well, both
That's
players.
smart. I should try that sometime.
Yeah, go ahead. I can intro the players.
Yeah, man.
I could definitely intro a mirror matchup. I know your lines and stuff. I could be like, in the top left, our blue Terran player, one of two. He is. All right, so we have both players actually going gas first on this map.
As you can see, Teja.
Right.
Watching me sell right now. Like, wow, which one of these nerds are we going to play? And Teja's like, I don't really care, man, because
well, I tell you what,
so good.
Teja, of course, used to be Slayers.
Yes.
So MMA, a good friend of his, of course.
Well, that's going to be a sick TVT that we're going to cast after this one. All right. By the way, it's so good to see MMA playing so well.
Yes.
He went through a brief slump. I forget which season it was, but
yeah, a little bit of back. He was not doing so well, and in fact, skipped some tournaments, some corner tournaments and stuff like that. But here he is in Code S. I have faith that he can just become a mainstay in Code S again, because this guy, like, he had unbelievable skills.
It feels like he belongs, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so good. We really saw a lot of MMA at first in the team league, which was back when Artosis and I were casting that. And I mean, he was just crazy good.
Yeah. So far, both these guys doing basically the same exact builds here. It looks like we're going to see both of them go probably Marine, Hellion, and Banshee. And bam, look at that.
Boom.
And no Hellion yet for MMA, though.
It'll just be two Banshees trying to fly above each other and shoot down.
I don't know why that doesn't work.
I don't know.
Well, I guess because the game would suck.
The game would be terrible.
That's
actually.
probably. I guess I do know why. Silly me.
All right, Artosis, let's talk about something until this game picks up.
All right. Part of the Swarm, man. I've got to talk more about it.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
Go, please.
A lot of people thinking Protoss new units suck. Well, I mean, I'm not talking about the numbers and stuff, the actual current balance, but they are. You're going to be so impressed when playing with them, Tasteless. I feel like for the first time since I started playing Protoss that I need a lot of speed and a lot of hotkeys to play the race correctly.
That's really good.
And that's what excites me.
There was this sort of death ball quality about Protoss.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well.
I feel so terribly bad with Protoss right now. Just because
I kind of like that feeling, though, right when I
love it.
just given, I'm like, well, what is this? And I can feel my brain growing, you know,
yes,
and learning.
It's much more of a challenge than just ripping good build orders right now.
Exactly.
It's so much fun. So we do have MMA going for Cloak. No second gas for MVP, so he's going completely cloakless here. But if he switches into Vikings, should be fine.
All right. Yeah, I'm really excited. Oh, we got to pause here. Whoop. Okay, pause. No, I guess as you guys might have heard, my computer broke and just would not run Heart of the Swarm, so I finally got it. It got delivered back to my place right before I came down here. So.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fun tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah.
And tonight maybe.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, there was a pause. We don't really know as of yet what exactly the issue is.
Yeah.
The refs are going in there. And tech guys going in there.
Probably sound, but you know, it's normally sound. That's normally what it is.
Yeah, normally. So, well, we occasionally have the players that hit Control S, like accidentally when they're trying to. Maybe they're hitting Control and trying to bind something, and they're trying to stop a unit.
Sometimes
that turns off sound.
Keyboard or mouse sometimes misfunctions.
Yeah.
Probably not the keyboard because he said PPP.
Yes, that's true.
The worst thing is if your keyboard stops working and you don't have the clickable menus, so you can't get in to pause the game, and you're just like, ah!
Then you come out of your booth and you get disqualified.
Yeah, basically. We've seen people actually have hard situations with that where it's like, how do you actually tell them? We need a big red panic button in there for the pro gamers. That's what we need. All right, I think they're probably just fixing everything right now. Probably just letting us know what's going on pretty soon here.
Yep. So just sit tight, guys. Artosis, let me ask you something not StarCraft related. Did you end up getting Demon's Dark Souls yet?
I do. I have it. I haven't played yet.
You haven't played it yet? I don't blame you at all for that one.
Well, the has nothing against the game. It's
no, it's just Heart of the Swarm
I can't stop myself. Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah. I was trying to beat Demon Souls actually, and then like, this is not going to happen. Whenever I'm not working, I actually have discovered that like.
Wait, which one's the sequel? I have the sequel.
Yeah, Dark Souls is the sequel to Demon Souls.
That's the one I have.
Yeah, they're both very good.
Oh, I'm excited to try it when they maybe when they
Have you played Dota 2 yet?
I have not. I actually do want to give it a try though.
I actually really want to try that out. It's like one of those games that's like big enough. I'm like, well, I guess I ought to.
Well, a lot of people.
This.
I just keep seeing people that I like tweet and stuff that are saying, "Wow, this game's actually it's quite hard. It's really good." So
yeah, I played. We both played some League of Legends, but yeah, I just heard some stuff about that. So I'm going to try that out at some point in time. We don't actually know what the issue is, so we're just going to have to keep killing time. Now would be a good time to add us on Twitter. Call me Tasteless. He is Artosis.
That's right. And tweet at us, because we like to read your tweets.
We do. So
someone actually tweeted a funny little thing.
Oh, yeah. Tell him.
I guess he just got, and he did the sunglasses thing.
Wait, hold on. This is in reference to the game.
First set.
Yeah, first set.
Monomuled. I thought that was pretty cute. I love corny stuff like that.
No, those are the best.
It's called
kind of jokes.
Manomule, so Monomule.
I heard somewhere that the movie Airplane was ranked as the funniest movie of all time. And that's like that kind of.
I haven't seen it forever. I got to rewatch it, but it was hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
And actually, I think it lines up more with my sense of humor now than when I was a kid and first saw it. So, I think I need to watch it.
I remember because I saw Naked Gun's kind of similar to that, but I always thought like. When I was older, I was like, I wouldn't find that as funny, and then I rewatched it. I'm like, oh, this is really funny. Yeah. Well, guys, we still don't know what's going on, so hopefully this is going to be resolved. Hopefully we don't have to.
I don't like to restart, but sometimes it happens.
Well, I mean,
the one thing I like about restarts is seeing if they choose the same strats.
Yeah,
because some people are like, all right, I'm going to keep with this. Some people counter what their opponent just did. Some people, whole new thing.
Well, if you were these two guys in this game, would you change your strat for each player? What would you do?
I think both their strats are really solid and can kind of go up against anything. Now
Draco's in the audience over there.
That's right. Draco, for those of you who don't know, sickest StarCraft 1 legend from Poland. He came over to Korea, joined a StarCraft 1 pro team, got to an unbelievably high level of skill, and eventually had to go home and ended up playing the game less, but still would qualify for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's still very good.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. He can always come back, and just one of these players that's like godly at RTS for all time.
He was so good back in StarCraft 1.
Oh yeah, he was actually one of the most frightening foreigners we ever had.
So anyways, on to my other question here. So with these strats they're doing right now, what would you do if you had to restart? Yeah.
You know what? They practice these strats for this map. I don't think that they've scouted each other enough right now to know what's going on. So
they're going to have to really blind counter it. Play the exact same game and like lose their workers at the same point in time on the map.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking is if I were MVP, I would proxy Rex because he does that a certain amount. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like Proxy Marauder or Proxy Marine?
Well, one of the two. Yeah.
Proxy Marauder. That was a funny build for a bit, wasn't it?
I remember the game we cast. There were two guys proxy Marauder each other
on the snow version of Belshire Beach.
Yeah.
That was fun. I don't know how it snows somewhere that has palm trees, but I guess.
Do you know if we're still? Yeah, I know those trees. They all turned into little Christmas trees too. Do you know? Are we still going to do the weather changes on future GSL maps?
I don't know. I'd like to see that like during wintertime and stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Unless you're in Australia and the weather's totally different and nothing ever makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry guys, it's all about the northern hemisphere.
Sorry guys.
So. Oh, another thing I want to point out about Heart of the Storm.
Yeah.
They have all these new tile sets. They look so good.
Oh,
remember
really?
when Brood War came around and there was all these new sick tile sets?
Yeah. There was that snow one that like hurt my eyes when I played on it. It was just too bright. I was like, oh,
you like
wow,
try to
my
warp
pupils
something
are
with
so
Protoss.
dilated. Yeah.
It's like Terran would scout your base and you just make 5 pylons so it would blind them. It was a 6 strat. But no, there's so many good tile sets.
No, that map or that title set actually got banned. I think in the.
I don't think it was ever used.
No, it was.
It was bad. I don't remember seeing it used.
I do.
Can't remember.
Actually, they've used it very briefly, but then the players complained because the snow would hurt their eyes.
Yeah, it was actually.
It was much brighter than the snow in StarCraft 2, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, the snow here looks great.
Well, what do you want to talk about, man?
I don't know. I just want to. Actually, I do know. All I really want to talk about is just the beta because I'm having so much fun, man. It's
I'm jealous.
What a blast!
1 sec, guys.
Okay. MMA was confused with the map version.
We've
We're just being
informed.
told. Okay.
All right, and it's all been checked now, and we're gonna go back into the game.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
Thank God.
So it was the right map.
We're about to go back into this game. You know, we're pretty good at juggling, but I was like, not much to say.
I'm better at juggling than a clown, Tasteless.
I'm better at juggling than a guy that juggles chainsaws. You ever seen a guy do that?
No,
There's
I don't
this
want
guy.
to either.
He juggles chainsaws.
Are they on?
Yes. What?
Well,
why would you what? Of course
That's
they're
pretty
on.
hard too, man. Even if they're off.
No, even if they're off, but that's the whole point. Is you could chop his hands off.
There should be someone.
You ever seen a sword swaller? Have you ever seen a sword swaller?
I've not in person, but
I just had one came to my university that had like some thing on the weekends, and I saw a guy swallow.
He was at the job fair.
You just like watch this guy like deep throat blades, and you're like,
I could imagine that he
I'm
comes
like, how
there.
did you get into this? Like,
Tasos's guidance counselor has him come visit because Tasos took that test. What are you going to be when you grow up? And they're like, I guess Tasos is going to be probably a sword swallower or a video game commentator, and there's more positions for sword swallower, so let's have him meet this guy.
let's have him do that. You can get an internship at a circus. We're in game, thank God. All right, so, anyways, for summary here, MMA, MVP MMA thought this was the wrong map version. They checked it.
It's because he hasn't really scouted, so he doesn't actually. You would have to know if it was cross spots and stuff like that, I guess. He hasn't been around for a bit, so. Anyways, this attack by MVP is really powerful right now. We are going to have a Viking pop out, which is going to help a lot, but these Hellions and Marines are doing a great job.
Wow, a lot of damage in here. These Hellions with those SCDs. Now he's kiting back. He does lose the Banshee, but has he done enough damage on the ground? Meanwhile, a cloaked Banshee here inside of MVP's base, going off SCDs.
And he does have some scans, but a lot of damage has been done to MMA. MMA has actually lost 11 SCDs now, but 6 already killed of MVPs.
And of course, these Vikings are stalking that Banshee, waiting for the energy to burn out. Basically,
he's got to use a scan. This is actually
Is he saving a scan?
Yeah, he is. And there we go. Finally does scan.
Right, frustrating now that he sees he only had about 6 energy left.
You know, that looked like it was going to be MVP's big victory, but it was 11 SCVs killed by MVP, 10 killed by MMA. And the one thing we can say, though, is that MMA just now starting his command center, so the economy of MVP going to be vastly superior.
All right. As you can see here, MVP did take a serious blow there. That's too bad, too, because I really thought he was going to do... he was on top until he got a shot back of that Banshee back there. By the way, there was great micro on the ground there with MMA. He let the Banshee take enough hits because he knew the Banshee just shot at a few more of those units on the ground there for MMA. He would win the ground war. Unfortunately, after that, he wasn't able to get a good position there with his Hellions to really kill the SCVs, but still, overall, the micro is impressive. Yep.
Already 2 kills for this Banshee. Doing a great job. 3 Vikings out. That is so that he can make sure that one scan can kill the Banshee. If you have two, then the Banshee oftentimes can run out of that scan. And
it just depends on
you definitely
that little angle that you're at there.
In fact, MVP is going to get a few more Vikings as well, it looks like, and he is staying with this very Gumiho-esque opener of a lot of Hellions and a lot of Vikings, which
it's possible that he's going to be aggressive again.
Yeah, and I got to say, I think he's going to go mech. I'm pretty sure MVP is going to go mech on this map, and of course MMA never goes mech, so he's not going to go mech on this map.
Right, right.
And I would say, you know what, mech on this map, it's going to be a good choice. As long as you have your turret rings up, you're going to be able to push into that center.
All right, as you can see, the Banshee's going to do some more damage to these Hellions. How many Banshees does MMA have now? Just two, okay.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to stalk this until it runs out of energy, it looks like.
But we have Marines coming, so he's going to have to turn around.
Nicely done there by both sides.
Yeah. They both have very similar Marine SCV counts, rather. MVP only up by 2, and now just by 1 because that Banshee's killed another one. Really effective harassment by MMA.
Yep, this Banshee, unfortunately, will be cornered and killed here. All right, but another Banshee comes up here. MMA doing a great job here.
Yeah, he doesn't even have cloak energy there. Just wanted to kill a few more, knowing that his other one should be chased.
I have to say, this is some of the best Banshee maneuvering I've seen in a long time. You know, oftentimes you see at least 1 or 2 of them just get cornered and killed. This one, of course, burnt out of energy, so that one was kind of checkmated in there.
His command center was a lot slower than his opponent's, and now he has the SCV lead 3-3 to 30. So that shows how great his Banshee harassment's been.
All right, the Hellions now coming in here towards MMA's base. And this is going to be a lot of kills really quickly.
Yes, it is. These SCVs are grouping up a little bit. He's got to split up. And a lot of them are going down already, Tasteless. This is a big lead for MVP right here.
Yeah, this is huge. MVP just wrecking the workers here. This is where MVP's being such a calculated player always pays off. Just waiting for that classic MMA army of, you know, infantry and a TVT to come out. I think you should know that you can probably actually run up the ramp right now. So starting up streaming down there, and now he realizes it.
Oh man, can he get some more? And in fact, he can. Look at this.
At least one more.
Some ridiculously efficient Hellions. He's now killed 30 against just 16 killed by MMA. So MMA, he fought himself back into a nice position, but he wanted that center so badly because it so does come down to that center that the runaround Hellions. Now he knows how Protosses feel. That's those Marines that are always running around on maps like this. All right, we do have the Hellions going to the center now, going after the siege tank.
Nice fanning out here.
Yeah.
And he can actually take out a lot of these Marines if he doesn't control it right.
Yeah, he's actually just going for it, man. He's saying, whatever, I don't need these. He's more afraid of the mass. He needs to keep the unit count low because he's invested so heavily into a Hellion Viking. In fact, he saved a ton of red ones, which is really nice.
Until this Banshee one-shot every single one of them.
Yeah. Pretty painful. All right, MVP. His second and third factories are just now finishing up, but MMA only has 3 Raxes. That's how hurt these guys' economies are. We're 15 minutes in. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah. All right, you can see a similar technique here by MVP to kind of emulate MMA's strat here. Coming here trying to do some damage. Stimmed and taking it out. Microing this Banshee up here a little bit again. MMA really cannot afford to lose any more workers.
This is a great choice, by the way. Anyone that goes Cloak Banshee, if you go a much later Cloak Banshee, they're normally not prepared for it. It's just not something that you expect to see. So it does a good job there. A little bit of harassment. In fact, he might be able to kill off a few tanks and stuff.
All right, nice job here. Since those Banshees could do as much damage at home, might as well send them out here and reclaim the center. So MMA really kind of losing at every possible front here.
You know what? I think finally MVP is going to have his tournament series victory in GSL against MMA.
I think so.
He's
in the
just
course of the past
so far
5 minutes, he's been beaten up too badly.
Yeah, he's been pulverized.
He's been turned into nerd paste.
That's right.
Put on a piece of toast. That's what I do. Get my
paste on toast. Is that to hold it to the wall or
to eat? You dummy.
Tasteless eats paste. That just barely.
That Banshee was a quitter. Well, we have a little infantry ball here in the middle. We don't even have... Wait, am I missing something? Hold on before I say it. Turns out I'm wrong. Okay, he does have 3 medevacs. There we go. And now we see it. All right, here we go, Artosis.
Yeah.
This game is going to end very quickly. Now, he could do a ton of damage here
Yeah.
to MVP. He could even kill MVP with this. MVP is in siege mode, but then again, you know what? With the Hellions here, I think he's going to just kill this line of SCVs.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going to be like la 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 la.
He doesn't have his point defense drone yet, so these Marauders being super powerful right now. He's got to keep those Banshees alive. In fact, he does. If he can get rid of all the Marines, then it is over.
Get out. GG.
Let it be known that on this day, Tasteless, MVP finally crushed MMA.
He played really well.
He did.
MVP never fails to impress me.
Of course.
It does not matter who he plays. It does not matter what day it is, how many tournaments are going on. Against the guy that always beats him, MMA, MVP just dominated. How long was that game?
That one was 17.
I believe that this has been our longest series.
You think so?
I think so, or I feel like one of them.
I feel it's probably one of them, but I don't
top
think it
5, top 10.
Maybe.
All right, we're going to take a quick little break, guys, because I have to go to the bathroom, so we can't talk about those games anymore. And when we get back, we're going to have MVP up against Tasia. Stay tuned.